Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. That's right, we're going to do the full Arena Cube experience, perhaps so you don't have to.
But before we get into all that, take just a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, because that kind of thing really keeps this boat moving. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, right. I've got a little bit of a summary here. Arena Cube is available best of 1 and best of 3. I'm mostly going to be focusing on the best of 1, and that is also what I'm going to be playing today. As you can see, the cost is 600 gems or 4,000 gold. That is an increase on the gold. It had been 3,000 gold. So I guess depending upon how you look at it, you're either getting a 25% discount on gems, or you're paying 35% more in gold. In either case, this is something that you do experientially. It is a great experience. You get the opportunity to play with an amazing card pool and see interactions that you pretty much aren't very likely to see anywhere else. And particularly for us budget players, it's an opportunity to play with cards that many of us just don't have in the collection, and don't have the wild card resources to add all of these things. On the flip side, if you are a brawl player, or you're looking to get into some timeless things, checking out the Arena Cube card pool is a great way to kind of shortlist some of the most powerful and interesting cards available in the format. And speaking of format, we really can't refer to this as a historic cube anymore. It is now essentially timeless because of a few additions that we'll talk about later. Now, I say this is experiential because it is most definitely not value-oriented. Like I said, 600 gems, 4,000 gold is a lot, particularly when you realize that this is a phantom event. So the cards that you're drafting and playing with, you don't get to keep. When the event is over, they're gone. And in order to break even on your gold investment, you have to hit pro levels of play. For the best of 1, that means 5 wins before 3 losses. Or in the timeless old school way of doing it, that is 2 wins out of your total 3. In best of 3, you play 3 games no matter how you do. But like I said, to get your 4,000 gold back, you've got to win 2 of those 3. And again, we're talking at a pro level of play. In any case, all of your rewards come back to you in gold and what is functionally 3 ICRs or random card rewards. So it's very easy to fall into a black hole here and just really overpay for 3 random cards. That's the floor of this thing. Like if you do 0 wins, you get 2 uncommons and 1 rare. And you have no control over what those things are going to be. And I don't even believe that those are collection protected. Like you might get a random rare that you already have 4 of and just put some points in the vault. It's really problematic. I have not played this enough to know if that's actually true. So please feel free to comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube and tell me how wrong I am about that. In any case, I don't play Cube very often. Being a budget player, free-to-play player, I just generally don't have the resources to do this sort of thing more than once or twice a year. And I'm doing it today more or less so you don't have to. In fact, I'm going to be doing this on one of my giveaway accounts, and I'm going to be spending gems to do it, which please, if you're out there as a free-to-play player, don't ever do that. It's a terrible idea. But as I said, I don't do this very often. I do it more or less so other people don't have to, and they can kind of experience the effect and judge for their own play style, whether it is appropriate for them or not. But with in mind that I don't do this very often, I like to kind of start off these experiences by looking at an expert and seeing exactly what they've got going on. For today, I'm looking at an article on Star City Games written by Ryan Overturf, which I don't know personally, but he does a lot of writing for Star City, and he's I think he owns his own game shop, and has definitely won some opens and things like that. The first thing that I think a lot of newcomers to Cube need to be aware of is there is digital only cards, and as you can see, there's actually a few here. It's only about 5% of the cube, and that really feels small until you start doing the math a little bit. That means on an average cube experience, you're going to open 9 of these digital only cards, and for some of you, that means these are cards you've never seen before, and it's a timed event against real players, so you might not have time to learn about what all of these do. If that's of concern, definitely check out an article like this. I'll try and remember to put a link down in the doobly-doo. So if you need to, you can take some time and read up on those beforehand. But like I said, an average cube experience, you might open 9 of these statistically. And of course, as packs get passed, you might see many, many more. Going through the new cards here in white, we've got Sanguine Evangelist being added. The Battle Cry is a very nice addition to the cube here. Werefox Bodyguard, a decent body with removal, seems pretty good. Slayer of Fear. Let me see here. What did they have to say about this? I could have sworn he had something that was interesting there, but perhaps not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Sorry about that. Wingmate Rock, of course, is kind of the poster child from Khans of Tarkir as far as like mythic level value, getting a pair of 3/4 flyers for 5 mana. Seems pretty good. Sunfall is the removal of choice right now for standard, and of course we've got the white virtue. And in fact, we're going to see several of the virtues being added to the cube, and all of them are pretty powerful. And if you've been around the channel for a little while, you know how I feel about card advantage for these adventure cards. Generally a really good thing. When we drop down and look at blue, we've got Malcolm, another card advantage engine. Tidebinder is, a pretty darn good merfolk here as far as it being a body and a pseudo counter spellish sort of thing. Pretty nice. We've got a couple of those digital cards going on there. Horn Lockwhale, another great card advantage and tempo piece. Confounding Riddle is a card I have talked a lot on the channel. This is probably the most competitive / budget-oriented card available from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Really, really good. And I think a must include in any version of Mono Blue Control. I'll be doing a piece on that in the near future. And of course, we are adding 3 big card advantage, card selection, card draw pieces with Dig Through Time, Sleight of Hand, and Treasure Cruise. Let's take a look at black. We've got some smaller things going on here, maybe to contribute to like a black aggro deck. Lord Skitter, one of my favorite rare cards from the current budget year. We've also got a new, is it fair to call that premium removal? I think it is. I'm going to call that premium removal coming to us from Khans of Tarkir. Bitter Blossom is just a fantastic card to play around with if you've never had the opportunity. And let me see here. Virtue of Persistence, another one of the virtues, card advantage, all that good stuff. Red, this is basically like a who's who of standard playable cards at the moment. Sorry, I had to take a sip there. Let's see here. Inti, really, really solid. Godric, another one of these pieces that you're just going to see all over standard. Bonehorde Dragon and Trumpeting Carnosaur. in there for the Dino representation. Jaya is a card that has really been on the rise here recently, the Red Virtue. And then we've got a couple of other pieces being thrown in here that I just, well, frankly, don't have a lot to say about. With green, I think you're going to see a lot of those same concepts here. Senate Scout, maybe one of the best uncommons from the current set. You've got some acceleration with Bramble Familiar and the Paleontologist and Nisa. For those that don't know, the Heart of the Wilds is a fairly busted card. If this comes around to you in the draft, you probably want it. Questing Beast, really solid playable from a few years back, as is Elder Gargoth. In fact, Elder Gargoth, I believe, was part of the new player experience in the way back. So some of you might have some experience playing with that. Utopia Sprawl is pretty nice utility. And people love the Huntsman's Redemption, and maybe I'm just sleeping on this card. I don't know. Gold is a little less spectacular, just kind of stealing the author's overview there. I do think Arati is a pretty solid card here and really on flavor for what Dimir wants to be doing. Of course, Mosswood Dread Knight, one of the best rares from Wilds of Eldraine. Although the deck around it really hasn't done everything you want it to do. And Assembled the Team, pardon me, has the ability to be an interesting tutor, but I'm not sure it's super strong to build around. Colorless, we're going to see some old favorites here with the Cookie Duo, Ginger Brute and Sir Ginger. I think anyone who's played Standard Agatha's Soul Cauldron up in here, and if you're a friend of the channel, you remember back when the Budget Perspective video came out for Wilds of Eldraine, I warned you that Ironcrag is probably one of those you wanted to be on the lookout for. Of course, Karn Silex, not a bad sweeper, and the Inner Sun, I don't know, I don't love this card, but I guess it's an interesting build around. Lands, we got a big influx of lands here. Not only did they put in the full cycle of the standard legal man lands, but probably the most impactful thing they did with the cube was add the ally color fetch lands. And that's why earlier I said you can't really call this historic anymore. It is more timeless. And again, if you are a friend of the channel, Captivating Crossroads is that card I recommended as a single craft for all of your alchemy needs here over the next couple years. And well, apparently the fine folks at Wizards agree with me because they added it to the cube. I will try and remember to put a link in the description so you can take the time to read this article at your own pace before you start your event. There's a lot of good information here. And again, not my work. Kudos to the author. But I'll try and be a good YouTuber and shoot you a link over for that. Now, in the doobly-doo, directorial stuff. And again, let me emphasize this. This is not a value-oriented thing. I don't think any free-to-play player should ever play gems for this, but I am on a free-to-play throwaway giveaway account, and I have extra gems here that I want to use up to create these kinds of experiences and content for my viewers. So we are going to do 600 gems here today to do the thing. Oh, and before we do that, you can jump over here and see all the cards in here if you're interested. There's a lot of information and way more than I could ever go over. But please feel free to peruse that. The information is available, etc., etc., etc. So what do you say? Without further ado, we get started here. Oh, and I will say the overlay is being very funky today. I don't know how much AI support I'm really going to have in this event. We'll just have to kind of see how it goes. So let's cross our fingers and see what we can do here. No, I'm not playing Jaya just because she got added to the cube this time around. That has been a thing for a while. Let me see here. No, it doesn't look like we're going to have any AI support. So let's see here. Uro is really, really busted. So good it got banned. Subtle Wreckage also really good. Without AI support here, I'm very tempted to just kind of go red and see where that takes us. I do like Legion Warboss, and I think that's where we're going to go. When in doubt, playing mono red is probably not a bad thing. And in these curated systems, you do kind of get the ability to go and see more things and get a little more exposure. And just like that, we're getting 0 red. Let's see here. Maze Mind Tome is really very solid. That might be a thing that we end up going with. Just to see what happens here. Honestly, I'm a little bit thrown by the fact that I don't have any AI support whatsoever. Bone Horde Dragon, when in doubt, go red, right? Rampaging Raptor, pretty good. Siege Gang Commander, also really good. Light Up the Stage is also awesome. Reckoner Bankbuster, very, very good. Honestly, this is a bit of a tough call. This is where I wish I had the AI going on. I'm tempted to do Siege Gang just because I think it's the most interesting of the cards there and stuff that maybe the viewers haven't gotten tired of seeing me play in Standard. So that's the way we're going to go there. Trumpeting Carnosaur seems pretty solid if we're wanting to go red. Loris of the Dream Den is maybe one of the most busted cards running around Arena right now. But yeah, we're going to keep it simple and just keep going red as long as we possibly can here. Dragon Skull Summit isn't bad. Ginger Brute also pretty darn good on the colorless. Something's got a wheel here. It probably will not be Play with Fire. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Ginger Brute there. I'm a little more interested in creatures than I am in just straight up removal. Probably because I'm a bad limited player. That's probably where we're at. All right, here we go. Town Razor Tyrant is pretty ridiculous. I also don't mind Chandra. I don't think we have the build around for that. Mana Tithe also really good. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop saying cards are really good. I'm going to take the Town Razor Tyrant. So definitely looking for earlier plays. Krenko Kogula Devil's Play. I'm not actually familiar with this. Deals X damage to target, so that's pretty decent. I think maybe we keep with the Goblin ideas and do the Krenko. I don't know that we end up with Goblin.deck, but maybe we do. I think this draft definitely could have been very different if I'd had access to the AI for this. The fact that the overlay isn't working during the one opportunity I had to film this is kind of a bummer, honestly. So definitely keep that in mind when you make your own decisions about what to play and when to play. So Guardian Evangel is maybe stupid good. That might be a thing we end up playing. Maybe we're shifting a little bit into white. Massacre Worm is really good. I guess maybe we take Quintus just for that Boris style thing. Sacred Foundry does feel pretty good there. There's our Rampaging Raptor, or would I rather have Bankbuster? I think Raptor, this is probably much more likely to be an aggro deck. Bankbuster is a great card, but we're already showing that Maze Mind Tome for potential card draw, so we'll try that. And I mean, Discover 4 has some pretty strong plays for us, to say the least. We'll take the white card in this instance. I mean, I guess we kind of knew red wasn't going to wheel very well, because we took most of the best best red cards to start with. Well, I guess we're going to have to find out what the Slayer of Fear does. And hey, look at that, Chandra came back around. I don't hate that at all. Lightning Bolt feels like a solid play, as does Worm Coil Engine, honestly. I mean, I hate to pass that, but, well, I do need removal, so there we go. Obliterating Bolt doesn't feel super strong. I don't think I like Wrath of God for this. This land doesn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, wow, I kinda hate this pack. I guess we take the Obliterating Bolt. I don't know what we're going to do on the wheel there. Let's see here. Wandering Emperor seems pretty good. Wow, there's a Wingmate Rock. Disciple also really good. Disciple might wheel in this. Beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gained life this turn, seek a card with the highest mana value among... Okay, well that is probably, unless I get a lot of life gain things going on, that is probably not a card I'm going to play. Exile, I mean, okay, that seems pretty solid. Evangel, conjure named like this. Discard the card at the beginning of your end step, so it's just things we can play over and over and over again. Aspirant feels pretty strong. Normally I'd say Goblin Bombardment would be really good. Mind Stone also pretty darn good, but I think it's a little slow for this. I think we're going to go Aspirant here just to give me some nice early plays. I do like the Evangel, just because you can kind of go infinite with that. Evangelist seems quite good, so does Godric. I think I'm going to play the Evangelist just because I've played Godric so much, and I would rather make a more interesting slice of content here playing cards I don't already always play. And it's a 2-drop, so it's a much nicer earlier play. Lyra the Dawnbringer. We are not an Angels deck, but we might need to be for this. Pyromancer is a fantastic card. Virtue of Courage. Ooh boy, that's a tough call right there. I don't think we're going to be playing a lot of Angels. I think I'm going to go Virtue just because it's built-in card advantage. I think either of those cards would have been a good choice. But, you know, a turn 2 removal piece could be pretty strong. And we've got a lot of top end here already that Lyra would have been competing with. So I don't feel bad about that. Let's see here. Searing Blood is decent. Pillar of Flame also pretty good. Welcoming Vampire, I don't know if I love that. Ridgeline doesn't really work for us. Maybe we do AO. Although a 2/3 flyer could be decent. We're going to go with the Vampire just to try and fill out our curve a little bit better. Because like I said, we got a lot of top end here. Virtue is really more of a 2-drop, to be honest. A lot of top end. So now we get to find out how the wheel is treating us. Channeler Magda. Or Myra. Tough call, to be honest. I think I'm going to go Magma Channeler here. We're not very soldiery. And, wow, we get kind of nothing here. Is there anything splashable for us? I guess we could splash for Tideminder. Maybe. Rotted doesn't do much. I guess we go with the Spell Spear. Again, wheel very, very hard for us on this. Outcast or Usher of the Fallen or just a Suncoil Serpent. Yeah, let's not overlook those colorless cards. I guess we take a Bombardment, and we probably ain't playing that. I guess we could potentially splash for an Iconoclast. Bastion is not going to get played. That's for darn sure. Chandra seems really, really strong. Gallows also, but not the 5-color shenanigans sort of thing. So, yeah, I guess we take Chandra there. I don't think Iconoclast is going to make it. I don't think Tidebinder is the thing we want to do. There's our Heart of the Wilds, but probably not where we need to be. Ranger of Eos doesn't feel great. Restoration Angel. I mean, a 4 mana with removal. Maul the Skyclave, also very good. Yeah, I think we take Restoration Angel there. Rekindling Phoenix feels like a windmill slam here. Bloodbraid Elf is going to be awesome. Ossification, also really good. Solemn Simulacrum, fantastic. Do we take Amaria's Call or Rekindling Phoenix? I think we just take the Phoenix. I mean, that is just such a threat they have to deal with over and over and over again. Monastery Swiftspear. Oh well, I guess we just take Hellish Norn there, right? Like, that feels like the correct answer. Seasoned Pyromancer. Thalia is pretty solid, honestly. I mean, that's such a hate bear. Plarg, Need of Chaos, or Augusta. Well, that feels so on the nose for us. Thalian does not. So, yeah, we'll take the Dean. Shatterskull Smashing, Urbrask feels really good. That feels pretty good. Warcraft, wow, okay, so we're going to get something good off the wheel here. So I think what we do is we take an early inevitability play with Urbrask Forge and just be happy with whatever comes back around to us on the wheel. I mean, it's not the best curve in the world, but it's not that bad either. All right. Cloak is not terrible, but again, it's really high end. I don't know if that's where we want to be. Scion of Urza, Into the Fire. I think we just take Steel Seraph here. I guess we take a dual land. Seems good. So now we're very solidly into the wheel here. So Ranger or Maul. I think we take Maul. Sadly, that might be one of the weaker cards in the deck. But Flying First Strike, +2/+2, all seems really, really good. Wow, none of this feels great. So we're just gonna pick something and pass it. Brotherhood and Soldier of the Pantheon. Until one-time boon. Okay, we ended up with Soldier. I had a last minute change of heart there, and I tried to click over and it didn't quite get there, but that's all right because, you know, having a second lower end creature is probably not the end of the world. Obviously, we will take Crucible. And I don't think we're going to play either of these. Maybe we take that just in case we splash. And hey, that's pretty good on the wheel. I can't complain about that at all. So we have some potential cuts to make, and I'm not exactly sure where those are going to come in, but we shall see here. I mean, Elvish Norm seems so good. Carnosaur is honestly more of a 3-drop, as is Steel Seraph. So I don't feel bad about having Elvish Norm here at the top end. March is pretty decent removal. I think we cut Maze Mind. And I think Spellspear. Not because I think it's a bad card, but it's just not something I'm really super interested in playing. What is that? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we could cut a land. I think we cut a Plains. So ideally we want to drop another 8 cards here. I'm considering keeping Maul just because it attaches when it comes into play, but after that it's probably a dead card. Evangelist, Thalia is a nice tempo piece. Welcoming Vampire, power 2 or less. How many? I mean, we do have a few things that qualifies for. But I think we got to drop that. I think Chandra's strong enough. Warcraft, I think, is strong enough. I mean, Discover 5 hits a lot. Restoration Angel is removal. Wandering Emperor, also removal. Torch of Defiance is pretty awesome. Tyrant, target non-basic land. Well, there's going to be a lot of those in this. It's not like normal limited where you just don't have that much. So we're talking, we're right now 7 cards over. So we could just play a bigger deck. But I think we cut Soldier. I think we cut Gingy. I'm going to cut Urbrass Forge just because we play with it a lot. And I'm going to do the same to Steel Seraph. Again, just because we play with that a lot. Going to cut Rampaging Raptor for the same reason. I'm really tempted to do the same thing for Wandering Emperor. What's our split look like? 16 creatures. Are we really playing 4 Planeswalkers? Holy cow. There's Chandra. There's Chandra number 2, the Wandering Emperor. Oh, and Quintus. So yeah, we are playing 4 Planeswalkers. Holy cow! When was the last time I did that? Okay, obviously we don't need that land going on in there. So that's can we go 15 lands? I feel like this is where I need to cut something. And I think it's going to be Krenko. I think we're going to cut the Deans. And I think we're going to go up a mountain to balance it back out. So I think this is going to be our final list here. And maybe it's good, maybe it's not. We'll have to see how it plays out. I don't hate the land thing that we've got going on here. But all in all, I feel like this is a pretty decent deck, especially if we can get into our higher curve here. Yep. Let's take it for a spin, see what we can do here. We might just 0-3. I mean, that's definitely a thing that could happen. Turn the audio up there. Well, we got a lot of high-end stuff in our opening hand. No interesting 2-drops. I think I got a mulligan this. Is this better? I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it because, 5 is weakness, and we'll throw back the Siege Gang. And hope that we get a 2-drop. I mean, I guess technically we have Virtue of Courage to eliminate something on 2. More high end. Awesome. We'll pass. I'm going to do something just to be interesting. If we don't draw land here, we're really in trouble. Well, we did manage to draw a land. We still have nothing we can do, though. If we can draw another land and stabilize with Phoenix, that would be really awesome. We did not do so, so it's not looking great. Thalia. Come on, land. That is not land. We're sideways, boys. It's official. This has not gone our way. And they're gonna take something out of our hand. Awesome. It's probably gonna be a 4-drop. There it is. There it is. Alright, well we did get landed. Now if they just have removal for this, we are going to be way, way behind. And yeah, I think maybe we're just dead. I should have done that for 4. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, this has been fun. Well, we are definitely losing this one. I'm going to continue playing it out just for content's sake. There's the Lyra that we have, making us regret all of our life choices. Let's see here. Oh no, we can't do that the way I thought we could. Which means we're just dead. That's all we are, is just dead. Actually, I think I played that wrong. I think what I was trying to do was possible, but I don't know. I think the timer threw me there a little bit too. All right, well, that's one down. We'll keep trucking along here. I mean, that's a much stronger hand than what we were looking at before. We'll play the Bibby. I don't think we want a Stone Coil for 0. Although there are times that you do want to do it. Not sure what was going on with the graphics there, but it is what it is. Lion Sash, sure. Whenever this creature attacks. Okay, so it's not when all creatures. It's it triggers off of that. Well, that's not real cool. We'll say no blocks there. I think we pay 2.
You're going down.
We'll decline. Wow, that was not really what we wanted. Just pop in for one here. This stabilizes pretty well. We will enter. If we can pop Restoration Angel on it. Well, I mean, that's still not the end of the world. This probably is, though. They're awfully hovery. Yeah, wow, we're getting eaten by removal here. Go with the big serpent. Well, we did accidentally win one. I did not expect that combat sequence to go exactly the way it did, so I'm a little surprised by that win, but I will take it, for sure. So we are recouping 50 gold. Thus far, we have converted 600 gems to 50 gold. I don't love this. We do go first, but like we don't really do anything off the play, so I think we'll mulligan. More just really top end stuff. Wow. What do I pitch back here? I guess Elish Norn. Hope that we draw some lower end stuff. Guess we can turn one Lightning Bolt. Hopefully they don't play a creature so good that I'm actually considering that. It would appear they will not. Robber of the Rich could actually be problematic enough to kill here. That is a lot of card advantage. Evangelist, the most likely card to get removed so far in this event. We can draw a little bit more land and get the Wandering Emperor down. That could be actually quite good. I think giving up the Evangelist at this point is not really very good. Bring in one of our Cathars. Actually, I think it's the only Cathar in my deck, but cool, cool. Lily.
When I win.
Sacrifice a creature. What do we want to do? I guess the Evangelist is the weaker creature on the board. We get a bat token. Doesn't seem too terribly bad. We can't Emperor. I mean, hitting them for 7 here is pretty strong, especially since we took out their Planeswalker.
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
I knew you needed my help.
I think we +1 here and just set ourselves up for the win. Restoration Angel does not really do much for us. So we'll decline. And we basically win next turn unless they have something really outstanding. Yeah, okay, there we go. 2 wins. We're above a 50%. 2 in a row. Some people call that a winning streak. Oh, I said 50 gold before. Forgive me. 1,000 gold. All right, it's not really much better. We gotta get way down here before we can even start to feel good about this. But hey, it is what it is. We will jump in to game number 4, I believe. You know, I don't hate this. I think we keep it. I mean, we've got the O-Bolt if we really need it. We've got a turn 4 Phoenix without any problem at all. We got Cathar. for the tempo. We're doing it for the tempo, folks. Okay, well, we did it for the removal. They spent some removal there. Phoenix seems good. Don't know that they're going to have enough removal to do with Phoenix. Definitely taking their time here. I'm not sure what they've got going on. Midnight Clock, a very respectable card. Liliana Velasco.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Sure.
I'm not finished with you yet.
So I think we pay 2 here.
Bigger demons to deal with.
Hey, I don't hate where we are for board position. We're gonna say no block there. We're only going to have like 3 mana. So I think we just decline here. That's fine. I mean, they kind of have to win this turn or completely deal with our board state. Ooh! And they might do it. Reach the Multiverse is a really strong card. mean, wow, they could get a lot of things here. A lot of things, but I don't think there's anything that wins them the game on the spot. Oh, well, that might. Brutal. So now we're in the position we have to win the game. I don't think this is quite enough. I mean, I guess we can chump block and kind of stay in it for a minute. I think they have successfully stabilized, though. Yep, that's a loss. We got nothing left on that. So we're 50-50 right now. Can we end this with a win or two here and stay above 50%? Or are we going to end it looking like 40% chumps? There is only one way to find out. I don't hate this opener. I'm not sure which to go for on my 3-drop, so I'm going to play the plains just to have the option. I think we go Thalia. Sure. Seems good. They're gonna explore. Okay, that's interesting. So we've got a turn 5 siege gang without any real problem. I think we go war boss. Settle the wilds. Okay, they're doing a lot of rampy stuff. They're gonna let war boss attack apparently.
Who harms my people must contend with me. I am almost sad to see you go.
Well, I think this is ours to lose at this point. Growth Spiral is really not changing the equation for them. Helicrum would block if it wasn't for Thalia, so I think we just win. Yeah, okay. Wanted to cast Siege Gang just because I hadn't done that in so long. But, oh well. I'll take the win. That's worth doing. $2,000 gold now. I'll take it. Patiently waiting for an opponent. I don't think this is awesome, but I am going to keep it and hope that we get there on land draw. That's going to be worth a virtue. For sure. I think we take the Evangelist here. I mean, I'm sure you could tell I was a little torn between Stonecoil Serpent. But Spell Spear with the prowess triggers, if it was going to attack, I wasn't going to block it anyway, so I'd rather let it attack and then Wandering Emperor it next turn. And maybe have a board state that's worth a damn. Guess we find out. I mean, they're definitely eyeing up some removal here. The Evangelist is definitely the more valuable piece on the board. Wow, they said why choose? We just take everything. No blocky. Well, no, we do have 2 white, don't we? Okay, Wandering Emperor. And we'll say goodbye to that. We're probably going to lose the Emperor in response. But that's okay. Next, we'll swing for the 1. In turn. I mean, I guess Stonecoiling for 3 isn't the worst thing we could do, or excuse me, Stonecoil for 4. Although with them playing an X1, I'm very tempted to take the Aristocrat.
Yes, that's that.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty great line dancer. Say hi to my... Hey! These little guys are great!
Wrong clicky clicky. Let's see if they catch that with the Stone Coil. Having Chandra be able to do some additional work would be really nice. That sadly is not going to be the case. Yep. A little predictable.
I'm late to meditation anyway.
Well, that's pretty decent. I mean, it's not great, but it is a thing. I think we hold the token as a blocker. More than likely a red-black deck has enough removal to not worry about it, but we'll see how that goes. Putting Maul on Thalia next turn and being able to swing her for 5 is not a thing we'll be doing. We may have just hit the end of the road here. Just red-black removal deck. Seems good. Elish Norn has been an absolute pipe dream in this event. 7 mana is not a thing that happens enough. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Removal that deck. Ladies and gentlemen, removal is a good thing. You heard it here first. That must have been our last opponent that had that, or did they bring it back somehow? We're no less dead, sadly, but... I am literally only playing this out at this point for you guys out there to get more of the experience, because I think I'm dead on board at this point. So what do we draw? It did not take the trigger, so they must feel really good about what's in there. Okay, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stabilize me. But I've literally never cast Quintus before, so we're going to do it. They are certain to have removal for our token. Oh, and it doesn't fly. Why did I think this fly? Oh, because it's a spirit, I just naturally assumed it flied. So yeah, we are done there. Little bit of a misplay. We could have discovered 4. We probably wouldn't have gotten there anyway. But it is a thing we could have done if I was better at this. So there we go. We got 2,000 gold on this, and well, let's see about our ICRs. What do we get here? We will Highland Lake. That's a great card. I'm not sure this account had any of those. Probably not. Phantasm, not great. And drum roll, please. The rare is terrible. Not only is it not played, but it's not even played in Alchemy or Historic because it's Lord of the Rings and not even Standard. So a little disappointing on that, to say the least. But hey, there it is. Cautionary tale for Arena Cube. It is not value oriented, but it is a lot of fun to play. I mean, we didn't have AI assistance and we still got 3 wins, 3 losses, so we went 50-50. Playing a fairly janky deck. We probably passed a lot of things that we could have kept, but that is how it goes sometimes. And before we go, I want to take just a moment to thank my totally awesome patrons for supporting me and allowing me to apply my passion into a community. And of course, before we go, I've got some suggestions for your next step.